All right, welcome to CrossCourt. We have today a member of Team Chaos, multiple J4 champ, Mai Xiong. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Good.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're glad to have you on.
Yeah.
We are in the presence of greatness right here, people.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. So with that being said, when did you start playing, and who made the biggest impact on you as a player growing up?
When I was in middle school, I started with the school, American Volleyball, because to be honest, I didn't know there was any Hmong Volleyball until I got to high school, sophomore year. So I started playing American Volleyball, and I went to a couple of volleyball clinics. I was able to learn the techniques and the basic of American Volleyball.
Yeah.
So I started middle school, went to high school, played volleyball in high school, and then sophomore year in high school, that's when I got introduced to Hmong Volleyball, and then I got hooked.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us kind of went the same path. Playing volleyball kind of got us out of the house. Seriously, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Who would you give credit to that made the biggest impact on you, like in terms of just your entire volleyball career?
I would say my Chaos teammate Ka, Moa, and May from Wasakupu's wife, because they're so passionate and so dedicated to the sport that it rubbed off on me. You know, it made me passionate, it made me dedicated to the sport. So their dedication, their passion made me the volleyball player that I am. You know, because you don't want to let your teammates down. Because I was like 17 years old playing with veteran players who's been playing for so long. You know, so I was able to use their passion and make it my passion to get where I was at.
Can you talk a little bit more about your high school career and like
how you got?
What was that?
I think I'm cutting
said,
in and out.
Can you talk a little bit about your high school career? How you got started in high school and
yeah. Did you make like all state or all conference, or did you?
Yes, high school was fun. Freshman year, I didn't play because I was a basketball player. First of all, I've been playing basketball since like fourth grade. So I played basketball throughout elementary, middle school, and high school. So I took a basketball freshman year. So I didn't play volleyball freshman year. But sophomore year, I joined volleyball because my gym teacher made me join volleyball because we had volleyball in gym. So he's like, you need to join. So he forced me to join. So I had to go try out, and I made varsity my sophomore year. So when I made varsity, was hitting weak side varsity and played all around. And then junior year, I transitioned to a setter. Then senior year, I went back to hitting outside, strong side, and then I went back and set the back row when I was in the back row. So senior year, I made all conference. So I had a chance to go to Madison. We got chosen for all conference throughout the state of Wisconsin. So we went to Madison to play there. So it was fun.
Wow. That's quite the accomplishment.
Yeah.
How did you get into sports so much? You mentioned you started out playing basketball and then you went to volleyball. How did you get hooked on sports? How did that happen?
Well, most of my friends I hung out with a lot of guys. I call them my homeboys. So they were all into basketball, and that got me into basketball. And then I realized that, hey, I'm pretty damn good at basketball. So that's why I started playing more in elementary, and then when I got to middle school, I realized that, hey, even though I'm short, I'm still pretty good, better than some of the taller girls, you know. So that's why I kept playing throughout middle school and high school. I stopped playing basketball my junior year of high school. I didn't play my junior year of basketball because I that's when I got addicted to HVB, Hmong Volleyball.
Yeah.
So I focused on Hmong Volleyball and I started playing basketball in high school. But yeah, before volleyball, I was a basketball player.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was there a player that you kind of like looked up to and mirrored when you were like you said, when you got hooked into Hmong volleyball?
Yes, there were. I was lucky enough to be able to play with the two players, which is Ka and Mai. And that I also remember as a rookie, my first 2 years playing Hmong volleyball, I saw Pa Vang. She's a lefty from Madison.
Oh yeah.
I saw her play. I was like, damn, she's a lefty. She has power. She can cut. She's a smart player. So that was one of the girls that I remember, plus my teammates. And I'm lucky enough, Pa became one of my teammates at Chaos.
Yeah. She had finesse too. She can cut the ball and hit it hard. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah, you can't get those cuts. You can't get those cuts, especially from a lefty.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about how is Chaos your first team? Are they your first team, or did you play a little bit?
Chaos is, I would say, probably like the second real team that I've been on. I started on Hmong Volleyball. I played Hmong Volleyball for 2 years, and then I got recruited to play for Chaos. But the first year I was just playing around with the Green Bay girls. We were just playing tournaments for fun and whatnot. And then the second year, I got recruited to play with the Passion girls. Kalia, is it Kalia? Her and her cousins. I played with them for a summer, and then after that, I got recruited to play for Chaos.
Oh, so tell me how that recruitment went. Did they, just came up to you and say, "Hey, you want to play with us?" Or how did all that go down?
Yeah, I would say the mastermind behind forming Chaos was Ka. And Mai and Yerchi, who was our setter and who is Ka's younger sister. So they wanted to form a Wisconsin team or a team where all of the teammates were close by, so we can practice as a team more than once a month. So they were the one who initiated the team, who started recruiting everybody, and they just so happened to ask me, and I was only 17 at that time. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down. I'm down." And that was the end of 2002. So I was a senior in high school that year when they recruited me.
You guys, they did a good job of recruiting. It was like a little all-star team.
Yeah. What do you think they saw in you?
Well, at that time I was young, and all I wanted to do was power hit. I just wanted to swing. So, I think that was one of the things too. When you're young, you just want to swing hard. You don't care about playing smart and just jump high. So at that time, that's what I wanted to do. At the time, that's what I was doing, and I think they saw potential in me too with that. And I don't know. Plus, we're all in Green Bay too. Well, 3 of us are in Green Bay. So Mika, the setter, so we were able to. It will be easier for us to work on our chemistry and work on plays or whatever.
Yeah. Ka is one of the greatest volleyball players, in my opinion. How was it playing with her? Like, was it intimidating, or did you just go out there and just winged it, or what?
Oh my God, you don't even know. The first couple of tournaments with Chaos, me being so young, these ladies are like veteran players playing for like 10 plus years. I just started playing 2 years ago, 2 years of Hmong Volleyball. So playing with them, I would not be able to sleep the night before tournaments. During tournaments, I would like shake so much. I don't know what I'm like. I know what I'm doing, but I'll get so nervous, so excited, shake so much. Plus I get no sleep at all. But yeah, it was great because they always show me the right way to do stuff. Like, hey, if you're hitting this way, or if you're gonna try to cut and you see an open spot, don't go for the swing, go for the smart play. So they taught me how to play smart. And that's something that you need to learn how to do in order to be a good player. You can power hit, but sometimes you have to play smart too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think your swing, and I think I talked to you in the past about this, but I think you're one of like your swing is one of like the most famous swing in my opinion for like just from like the women's. And how did you develop that? Is it just how did that happen? What did you do? What workouts? You know, how did that all develop for you?
To be honest, I think I was pretty lucky to be able to start volleyball in school, and I was able to go to a couple of volleyball camps and a couple of volleyball clinics to learn the basics of volleyball, the three-step approach, the basic and bumping, the basic and setting. So with all the basic techniques that I learned as a younger kid, my transition to Hmong volleyball was so much easier.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? You are right. I think your approach is like methodical, where it's like step by step by step. You have the same approach all the time.
It's fundamentally sound.
Yeah, and I think it is what you said. It alludes back to your training in high school ball. It makes a difference. So,
what would you say was your greatest obstacle that you had to overcome? You know, like everybody's got, you know, their obstacle. Obviously, you made it, you know, to the highest level. But what would you say was your biggest obstacle?
Greatest obstacle. Let's see here.
That's too deep, man. You gotta relax.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it'd be an interview for a job or something.
I know.
I quit.
So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now in our business?
Okay. Let me rephrase it then. Like when did the game become slow for you? Because obviously when you first start, the game is like kind of fast and you're kind of scared. When did it become slow, and what made it click?
Oh, okay. When the game started being slow, where not like slow, like I had no passion, but slow, like I see every open spot on the court. Only 3 people can't block me. It's that kind of slow.
You know, I played for a couple of years. It never got slow to me. That's why I quit.
Well, I don't play volleyball. Picnic volleyball. So I would say probably 3 years into playing with chaos. 3 years into playing with chaos as a complete team. We had chemistry, we have communication on the court. I mean, like our team, we don't talk as much. We don't talk that much on the court. If you watch us play, we don't talk that much, but we get shit done. But like I would say 3 years into chaos, that's when I realized like I was at my best. I was actually at my best shape, and I feel like when I was jumping to spike, I feel like I can see the top of the hands. That's when I knew that it was slow, because I was able to see all the open spots, all the hands, the fingertips. that's when I knew that, I'm in my top shape.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how when I played, how I kind of saw it too, because when I first started, hitting was kind of hard to me because I couldn't see the net or anything like that. Even though I could jump, I didn't see the net. But once, like you said, once my vision was there, then everything kind of came slow to me. Yeah. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something? Because I know what I did to work on it. What did you do to work on that?
Oh my God, you don't even know. So every summer I get off of work at 3:30. We play volleyball from 5 to nighttime. So the sun goes down Monday through Friday. When I get off of work, I go home and take a little protein shake, and then I go run hills with ankle weights to get my vertical. And then I would do that at least every other day. And then I do a lot of lifting because I always wanted to have the highest vertical, better than last week. So I would run hills with ankle weights, and I would do lifting for power, and lifting a lot of ab work, because the power in your spike is the core. So a lot of ab work, a lot of lifting. So I did that throughout, I would say, for 4 or 5 years straight, because my biggest competition is myself. I want to be better than myself the day before. So I always have to keep pushing myself.
Yeah. Well, I like how you phrase that. It is a battle within ourselves every single day. It's just you against you every single day.
Oh yeah.
When you talk about your training, were you out there just by yourself, or did you have one of your teammates with you, or what was going on during those trainings?
Nope, I was just out there by myself because most of my teammates they worked until like 4 or 5, so they would go and meet at the park after work to go practice as a team and then scrimmage against other girls. But then since I got off work earlier, I would go and do my own workout and training and running hills before I go to practice, volleyball practice. I never go after work or after volleyball practice because at that time it's already, the sun's down, it's dark. So, but yeah, we would practice like Monday to Friday, 5 till sun goes down.
Was anybody on the team using weights like you were? Like lifting weights and any of that stuff? And do you feel like it made a lot of difference with the weights and everything?
I know that a couple girls were lifting weights, but I wasn't. I don't think it was. I don't know if it was that to that extent. But for me personally, I noticed the difference. I noticed that I was able to jump higher. I was able to block better. I was able to swing harder. You know, so that's why I kept doing it because I see the difference.
Wow. And that goes with anything. I think if you put weights and just training into it, everything does become easier. So I didn't even know you went hard like that. That's see the untold stories I tell you.
Yeah, you were like legit training. You know what I mean? Like legit.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm sure you got that habit from playing organized volleyball and all that. Yeah.
That started because when you play sports at school, your training is more rigorous than what I was doing. We were doing harder training. We were lifting plus jogging miles at a time. So my training for Hmong Volleyball is not even half as bad as training for school sports.
Yeah. I hear you because I play a little high school ball too. You do all the training and you have the coach down your ear just screaming at you at all times. So I mean, it all comes from within. I remember I used to get yelled at all the time. I'm just like, take a chill pill, bro.
Can you describe your earliest memory of Hmong Volleyball, like your first game or your first tournament or whatever? Who you were playing with and who'd you play against? What
was the expectation? Were you good already, or what's up? Were you ready? Because a lot of the people, when they're thrown into the fire, they weren't even ready yet. They was like, man, I just went in there and I just winged it. So what was your story?
So my first Hmong Volleyball tournament wasn't until I was 15, so like sophomore, the end of sophomore year, the summer. And it was the Sheboygan tournament. And the only reason I got into Hmong Volleyball is because Vang introduced me to, y'all know who Vang is, right?
Yeah.
He has a lot of love for the game. Yeah. So because I was playing volleyball at Trinity, a park, not a park, but a church that everybody goes to go play volleyball during the winter. So that's how I got to meet Vang and his kids and stuff, and them. And then he introduced me to Hmong Volleyball, and he recruited me to play with his daughter and a couple of the Green Bay girls. So he drove us to the Sheboygan tournament. That was my first ever Hmong tournament, and ever since then I got hooked. And it's funny because most of my friends now, they're like, "Damn, I still remember you Sheboygan tournament. I didn't know you, but I was cheering for you."
How'd you do that tournament? I mean,
we didn't play, but it was a fun tournament, a great experience. I was so shocked that there were so many Hmong volleyball players. I've never seen that in my life.
So that was your first memory of Hmong Volleyball. How about your first J4 tournament? How were you like?
My first J4 tournament was 2003. I just graduated high school that spring. So me and my teammates, we trained our ass off because we just formed Chaos. Chaos the end of 2002.
In 2002.
So so our first tournament as Chaos was Whitewater. And then we worked our way through Memorial and whatever, all the small tournaments, and train every day until J4.
Were you guys winning those tournaments, the Whitewater and the tournaments? Were you guys winning leading up to the J4? My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, we were winning them.
Okay.
And it's weird too, because there was like a good, I would say, 3 to 4 year time frame where every tournament Chaos went to, we took first, you know. So I don't know, it was like, but I want to say 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
But that was our first year playing as Chaos, 2003, and when we went to J4, that was our first win, 2003 J4. Then it was so crazy because, like I said, I've never played in a big tournament like that. So I was like shocked. I was shaking all over the place. But I was lucky enough to be able to play with some great ass veteran players. Ka, Mai, Yurchi, Mai from Minnesota. I think her husband used to play for MDY, Mai, Cash's mom. And Yurchi was setting for us. So yeah, I played with a bunch of veterans, so I was lucky enough to get them to calm me down.
So you guys won that J4 in 03, right? Who did you guys play in the finals, and what was your mindset going into the finals?
We played a Minnesota team, Han's team, and I think it was like mixed Hmong, Vietnamese, and Laos. We played in the finals. We went to third game, and the third game we had single digits third game. They had 11 or 12. And we bust our ass off, and we climbed and beat them in third game. So that was crazy. But we climbed our ass. Can I say ass?
Yeah,
we climbed. Okay. So we climbed up from single digits all the way to beat them. Yeah. That was a great memory.
Yeah.
So what happened in the game? How did you guys fall back so far? Was it just like, obviously it was really fatigue, because obviously J4 is always hot in the middle of the summer. How did you guys fall behind so far? Can you recall?
To be honest, I have no idea. I mean, like, both first and second game was like back to back, and I don't know. I think I have no idea. Could be we just lost momentum too early, and they got the momentum. You know, when you get momentum, you can go for a straight run without nothing. So maybe we just lost momentum and they took it. But I'm just happy we were able to come back and win.
Do you remember what was said during like your guys' timeout or huddle or anything that pumped you guys up and got you guys together? Do you remember a particular play that kind of turned the momentum around as you were talking about?
Or were you guys just bitching at each other, and all of a sudden it just woke you guys up?
No, we actually wasn't. It's weird because my teammates were really calm when we play volleyball. I mean, we might have the resting bitch face and stuff, but but we're really calm. We don't bitch at each other. But yeah, we were just all saying, hey, we gotta step it up. We gotta step it up. That's it. Nobody was bitching at each other. We were just calm, and I think it was Ka who went to serve, and then she served us like a couple points, and that just boost up momentum, like motivate us to work harder. So it's crazy.
So obviously, obviously you guys won. How did it feel coming back from that deficit?
To be honest, I was in denial.
Oh, for real?
I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was so fast. I felt like I could have played more. And when I got back, that's when it all hit. Guys, wow.
Yeah,
we won.
Yeah. Were you guys the favorites, or were you guys underdogs, or?
we were the underdogs because that was our first year
right.
playing as Chaos.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And there were a bunch of teams there that has been playing for 10 plus years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you guys just came and took it by storm. You guys repeated
Yes.
back
Yeah.
to back. Talk about the 2004. Were the expectations different? Did teams look at you guys different with more respect? Take us through that.
Oh yeah, 2004 was much different. Like everybody knew which team to watch for. Every time we play, everybody would come and watch and take notes. Which player likes to hit where? Which player likes to do what? You know, just so they can like work around us. You know, so that's when you realize, damn, everybody's out for you. You know, everybody's out for you because you're the defending champ.
Yeah.
Right. You guys had a target on your back, and then you guys eventually went to the finals. Who did you guys play in the finals that year?
That year, 2004, we played SmackDown, Minnesota in the finals.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it was a good game, a good finals. We won in 2 games, but that's when they were super young too. But they got a lot of talent for being so young.
Right.
And I'm their age too, but I was just playing with like veteran girls, veteran ladies.
Yeah. And you guys came back to try to three-peat, but what happened in 05?
Oh man, everybody was rooting for us to three-peat. 2005.
Yeah.
We were so close, so close. Damn, I remember like yesterday. I was so disappointed. But like it's a team effort. It's a team effort. Nobody did it. It's just us. You know, we won. We played undefeated all the way to semis. We lost in the semis, so we couldn't advance to go play for first. So we're gonna go play for third.
Who'd you guys lose to?
Yeah. I don't remember this. I think it was. I don't remember. I want to say it's a couple of the Wisconsin girls mixed with some Chicago girls.
Okay.
But I'm not really.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I don't. I want to say they did, or it's either them or I don't know. I don't know. If I don't win first, I don't remember nothing.
Right. We're done, man. You checked out. I'm not gonna get this.
If you're not first place, you're last place.
There you go. But so, you guys, go ahead. Will.
Obviously, you guys didn't do what you guys had to do that year. Disappointing. What was the discussion afterwards? What were you guys saying?
So after that, we used the rest of that summer just to work on team chemistry. Because that year we had, I think we had a teammate leave, and we had to replace a teammate too. So we had to work at team chemistry, communication again. And it's kind of year they were jogging too. They like to jog miles at a time. I just like I'll do 50 meter dash. I'm good. I'll lift. But yeah, we would train. They would jog. I would just lift, jog for a little bit. But yeah, we train hard after that loss. After that loss, we still wanted to go play for Labor. We still wanted to take Labor Day too, because Labor is also like another J4, but it's in Wisconsin. Yeah. But but during the winter, we worked hard. We practiced at least 2 times a week. Trinity, St. Norbert College. At least got together as a team to practice because I don't know, it was a big disappointment. We were all looking for the three-peat and fell short, so we had to redeem ourselves. 2006.
Yeah. Walk through that too, like just coming back and because in 06 you guys reclaimed your spot at the top spot. Talk about that tournament. Oh,
that was one of my most favorite memorable tournament ever. I would say I was at the best volleyball shape 2006 for that tournament because I was training myself all year just for that tournament. Because it's not just for me. That tournament where we all went there to play, it was like that was the slow motion we were talking about before. You know, when you get to a point where everything's slow motion, that was the summer that everything was slow motion for me. And even after the tournament, when we took first, we were still like, wow, did we just really take first? It's still like, even though it's a third win, a third championship, it's still like it's still, I don't know, it's still, I don't know how to explain it, but
it's different every
still,
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It felt like the first.
Every time. It's different every time.
Yeah.
What all those years, did you guys have the same players throughout all those years, or were there like new pieces during those years?
Yes. Well, there were some of the teammates who had babies, so they retired and they stopped playing. The original players that stuck throughout the whole chaos is, well, I would say, well, I didn't play the last 2 years of chaos too, because I went to go play flag football.
Yeah.
So I know we only had a couple, like four player changes, because I know that we recruited Pa Lefty towards the middle of chaos, and then Sai, middle hitter. Sai played with us the second year of chaos, and then we recruited Paul from Wausau. I believe it was second or third year of chaos. But there was probably just 3 to 4 player changes. But the core players, or the players that was the majority of the time, was me, May.
You said when you first started off, you were one of the youngest on the team, right?
Yes.
And then eventually your role, when you guys were recruiting these players, they were like rookies then. Were they coming in as rookie, and then your role switched?
No, they weren't coming in as rookies. They were experienced players too. Players that have been playing for a while. Yeah.
That's a smart way to go.
Yeah, because Pa's been playing way before I started playing too. And then Sai, who was a middle hitter, she was playing before me too, and they were older. I think Paul's a year younger than me, so Paul would be the only one that was younger than me on Chaos when she joined the team.
What would you say is your most memorable win in Hmong Volleyball?
My most memorable win would be the third time we took the J4 champ. Yeah, because that was something that, like, I wanted to come back and I wanted to come back and get it, just to redeem ourselves from the year prior. So that was the most memorable win, because everybody, all of my teammates and I, we worked so hard, we trained so hard for that.
Speaking of that win, did you guys come back in 2007 to defend it, or what happened the next year?
We did come back in 2007 to defend it. We didn't place that year. I think it was just I don't know. We just didn't do good that year.
Okay, so it just didn't work out.
Yeah, let's not talk about
it. You don't want to share about it?
Cut it out. Cut this out of the video.
She's like, it never happened.
What are you talking about?
Because actually that year we lost our setter that was setting it for us for like since day one. So that's, I think, like with the chemistry and everything too, we lost our original setter. So I think that was the main thing.
Okay. And then, sometimes when we're playing sports and sometimes in our life, we don't realize that was going to be the last time that we were going to do that. So I guess in a way, I understand why 2006 is so important to you, because it was the last time at the top. You know what I mean? So you will always remember that.
Also, 2006 was the first year they drew my name. I got the trophy. I didn't get the trophy the first or second win. So I was walking. I was leaving the tournament carrying a big ass trophy. Oh, that's what I remember.
You know what? I mean, the cash prize and everything it's all good, but to have that trophy at your house, I mean, come on, you can't not.
To be honest, it's all about memory.
Exactly.
I don't care about cash. It's about memory. Hey, get this big ass trophy.
Exactly.
Where's that trophy now?
Means everything, man. Because I mean, the cash money, I sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, where is the trophy?
It's in my basement.
What is it collecting dust?
Is it collecting dust?
I'm old now. I'm old now. I'm 35.
All right.
That's pretty good. All right.
It's a good piece to bring out during the holidays and talk about it.
Yeah.
Damn it! I should have just put the trophy right behind me so you guys can see it too, right?
All right, we're gonna do some quick hitters real quick, okay?
Okay.
Name 5 players or teams that gave you guys the most trouble.
I can name teams. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when Chaos first started the first year, the team that gave us so much trouble our first J4 tournament was Phoenix from Minnesota. They were a great team. At that time, I think they were towards like the end of their career, like retirement. But I think that was one of their last J4s, and they were a solid team.
Yeah.
Older veteran players, but they were a solid team. I would love to play against them again. They're a great team. They gave us a hard time. Other teams that I remember is SmackDown from Oshkosh.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They were good.
Yeah.
When I first started as a rookie, I remember them all the time. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Dilly, Sandy, and them. When I first started as a rookie, they were the top Wisconsin team. And then you said 5 teams.
Yep.
Okay, so another team I want to say too is SmackDown from Minnesota. When we first started Chaos, they were still really young and new, but when they got a couple more years experience, that they were a pretty solid team. So they gave us a lot of they made us work hard because every time they go to the finals, we see them. You know.
Yeah.
For the longest time, every time we went to finals, it was Chaos and SmackDown. And then also before Chaos, when I was a rookie, I remember hated playing against Outcast. They're a Minnesota team. They're good, solid team. Wait, that's 4 teams, right? So I need one more.
Yep. One more.
If you have one.
Is there another team?
You have one more.
Oh yes. Also, once Chaos. This was already after Chaos had broken up, but Impact. When I was playing just with my friends and a couple girls, Impact was the team that always gave us problem too. Not problem, but they made us work. So yeah, those would be the top 5 teams.
Okay.
That's some good teams right there.
Yeah, those are some all-time great teams there. How about 5 players, past and present, that you would love to play with that you never had a chance to play with?
5 players.
Or do you just hate them all?
I might look like that, but I don't. Let's see here. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I really didn't, growing up in that era of volleyball, we were so committed and dedicated to our team. We never think about playing with other people. We stuck with our team through thick and thin. Like we would play for years and years. It's nowadays you see people play. Hey, you'd be lucky if they play 2 tournaments as a team together.
That's true.
And so I never thought about playing with other people back in that era when I was started playing, because I had a squad and that was the squad I was gonna ride or die with. So I've never really thought about playing with other girls. But I don't know. Okay. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, no, I can respect that.
That's you.
Yeah.
I would answer the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm man, I don't think about any other teams. Gotta stay true.
How about 5 teams you wish that you guys as Chaos, your prime Chaos team, would have had a chance to play with that you guys didn't have the chance to play with? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the first one for sure. If it was our Chaos Prime team, I would want to play against Phoenix when they were at their prime.
Yeah.
I would want to play against Infamous at their prime.
Ooh, yeah.
I will. Yep. I would want to play against Smack. Oh, well, we were with SmackDown when they were playing, but I would want to play against Impact at their prime, the North Carolina team, and then I would want to play against Culprit because they're the top team right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
If it was Chaos at their prime. Yep. And then the fifth one. I want to say Supergirl. Remember Supergirl?
I do not know.
Hmong sister.
Oh,
May?
okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah. You think you guys would have whooped all of them?
Probably towards the end. Oh, no doubt. Just kidding. I don't know. We never know.
Hey, you know what? When we talk, you know, it's a lot of respect, but as a competitor,
we're gonna cut that out, right?
No.
As a competitor, you do go in with that mindset, though, man. Like
right.
You said, like, you know, I'm gonna tear their heart out. I'm gonna, you know, go at them. So, you know, you do have that competitive edge, and I'm sure they feel the same way about you, because just as a competitor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you want to go in playing hard to win. You don't want to go thinking, oh, I'm gonna take second or third. You want to go in playing for first.
Right. Those were some really good teams right there. And you guys play in an era where I think you guys kind of, in my opinion, the way you guys play, it kind of moved the game forward.
Yeah.
As to it is now. Do you feel responsible for that, for moving the game forward? Do you see it like that?
No, I personally don't. Because my biggest thing was just myself. I wanted to be better than myself, you know. So I never really try to compete with anybody or try to change anything. I just want to be better than myself. And if I'm happy that if people see that and they use that as motivation, but personally, I was just within myself. And I do notice that maybe our team was one of the first teams that had players who stick to their own spot. Because we had middle hitters who stuck to middle, we have weak side hitters who stuck to weak side, we had strong side hitters who stuck to strong side. So we had hitters who stuck to their spot. Before then, all of the girls players were just all around players, all around hitters, every spot, you know. But once we got that down packed, then it made the game so much easier.
And I like how you said that it was always about bettering yourself and not comparing yourself to anybody else. And I felt that's a valuable lesson to anyone who's watching this. You know, sometimes when we compare ourselves to other players, it kind of discourages us a little bit because they're so far advanced on their journey than the journey where you're at. And I feel that's an important message. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do start, bench, and cut.
All right, here we go.
I didn't want to do this one.
You are the coach. You are the coach, and you have a decision to make.
You got to start one, bench one, and cut one. Okay, so we got Ka from Infamous. We have Gown from SmackDown, and we have Zoe from Impact. You got to start one. You got to bench one, and you got to cut one.
All right, one spot.
Okay, so you did not make it easy for me.
Yeah,
they're all great players.
Yes, they are.
No,
it's just
right now.
That's why it's hard. It's no wrong answer. You just
okay. So Ka friends and
Ka, Gown, and Zoe.
Okay. Okay, so they're all great players, but I would have to bench Zoe.
Okay.
Just because I'm not familiar. I know who she is as a player, but I don't know her. I've been played against her enough to know her game and how she plays. So I just know her as a player, a volleyball player. So I would bench her.
Who you getting rid of? Who you cutting? They have to be off the team.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. You
Since
get.
I didn't,
Okay.
I don't.
And then now
then
you just have to start one, and then one will be on your bench.
I need a drink for that.
By choice.
Okay. So I would.
You can't go wrong either way.
Yeah, you can't go wrong either way. I mean,
Great players.
to be honest, yeah, great. They're all both great players. All three of them are great players. I would bench Ka,
Okay.
Infamous, and then play Gao just because
Ooh.
I once when I got into volleyball, I just like every tournament I went to, I've seen Gao and her team, and it's like we grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, like in the volleyball atmosphere. So we grew up like I felt like we grew up together. I saw her grow to the athlete that she is, and she is a great athlete. So yeah, I would bench Ka and play Gao.
See, being a coach is tough. That's why I gotta respect these coaches.
Yeah.
Making these tough choices. That Ka, Gao, Zoe. I mean, you can't really go wrong with any of those.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. They're all great players.
All impressive. What you want on your team. So no.
Yeah.
And like we always say before when we make our list, it's no disrespect. It's just it's the name of the game. Much respect to all the players.
You guys did not go easy on me.
No, we tried not to on purpose. So we're winding down. So how has your success in Hmong volleyball helped evolve you as a person outside of Hmong volleyball?
It's crazy. Once I got into Hmong volleyball, I got to know so many people. I got to meet so many people, go to so many places to play volleyball, and people who I consider now today as family, as sisters. So I think that success is just to build friendship, build sisterhood, build family. You know, that was the greatest thing that I got out of volleyball. You know, Hmong volleyball.
Yeah.
That is so true. Just the sisterhood, the camaraderie, and knowing that at one point in your life that you guys were all fighting for the same goal. It's just crazy sometimes. So.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. One of the greatest to ever do it. Part of Team Chaos.
Mai Xiong.
Three-time champ. Man.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Well, thanks for having me here.
Hall of Famer. Thank you, Mai Xiong.
You are one of the all-time greats. So, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
If you could just stick around after this, we just got some logistics to go through, but thank you a lot for joining us. This had been an honor and a pleasure for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. Pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Yeah.